Good morning. So it was really windy last night, more wind than forecast, but we survived. The wind's dropped a bit now. I can actually see where I'm at, and I'm off the path quite a while, so I thought I'd be fairly close because I was just trying to find a little level spot. My mat seems to have gone down as well. Now I don't know whether it's the drop in temperature, but I did blow it up last night and then again about 4 o'clock this morning, and it still seems pretty low. So I think what I'll have to do is when I get home, blow it up and leave it overnight. Not good for a 4-month-old mat if that's the case. Probably not even that. It's just a short walk off today, so I'm not going to have breakfast. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I just need to find where I put it. Just have a look. There's a spoon. There it is. Right, so we're back on with these be your own barista, the brew company things. I've just thought, I haven't got a coffee mug. So what we're going to do, I took it out and then forgot to put it in. It's been an absolute failure, this camp. I'm going to have to empty water out of this one and use this to drink coffee out of, which is, actually no, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll boil water in this and then I'll drink coffee out of that because I want a coffee. So we're going to have a coffee. I have to warm this up a little bit. So I think 300 millilitres was the golden ticket to get the middle in that. So I fill up 300 in here, pour it into the bag, and then just pour it straight back in here, and then I can just drink from this. Right, 300. Okay, let's get this boiling. Wet grass everywhere as well. It's a little bit tippy. I'm going to have to get a I think that's right. Last time this broke off, so yeah, it does. It just breaks off every time. So being reusable, you're going to have a hole in there. So that's our boiling water. Get that steam out of the tent. Ooh, what we got here? We've got a split in the bag. Right. We have ultimate failure. Can't even have our coffee this morning. The bag is split. Right. I mean, nothing has pierced this, but the bag is actually split. There. The coffee's gone hard. That didn't work well, did it? Right. We've now got this wet, soggy bag that we've got to take home with a hole in the side of it. Well, let me just empty this boiling water before we have another failure. So that's pretty annoying. We've got mugu mugu that I don't like the taste of, and we've now got a coffee that we can't have because there's a hole in the side of the bag. It looks like it's like split rather than pierced. I did actually wonder about this bag because, the type of plastic that it's is quite brittle. Okay, this is after the camp, and this is the coffee bag. You can see the splits there. And this was what I was worried about here. Look, there's like some folds on it already, but there's the piercing. Pretty annoying that actually. I'm glad I'm not stuck hundreds of miles up a mountain down for a coffee. £2 they cost. And they say they're reusable. Well, didn't even use that once. Okay, well, there we go. Failure on the coffee. Wait for this to cool down and get packed away with all our wet gear. I think we need a big drying session. I think it'll be the last time I camp up Latrigg. 2 years worth of camping, I'm still bloody learning. Test your gear before you go out. Well, have a backup. I don't want to drink that coffee either, just in case, because it wasn't sealed as such. I don't have anything sharp that would actually pierce that. What I'll do is I'll put that in the netting on my bag on the outside, so it doesn't. So, what failures have we had? I've got my Mac going down on me. I'm pretty sure it is. I can still lie on it, but my hips are touching. Still lie on it, but my hips are touching the floor. We've got wet socks. We've got a failed camp from last night. This thing's been reliable, although it was damp. And wet clothes. So yeah. For a 2-year anniversary, it still feels like my first camp. I'm still kind of learning. I should have. What's going on? What's going on with the world? Look at this. My Hilleberg Solo is stretched. Do you know what? I think I need to get packed up and just get off this mountain before anything else fails. Pretty annoyed about my coffee, really. Sort of trying to work out ways of. I think what it is this week, it's been different. Been holidays, and I haven't been as organised with everything, to be honest. That's a sign to say to me to get organised again. Lessons I'm bringing. Like I say, 2 years of camping. It's not just 2 years of camping, it's camping every weekend, or pretty much every weekend. Having catastrophic failures like this tent, this camp. I might even wash my sleeping bag. Right, let me get all this kit sorted and get some wet socks on. If you have a dry camp, you literally go home and everything's dry and it's fine. When you've got a wet camp, you've got a lot of stuff to sort out. Right, I've packed away as much as I can before I have to put wet stuff on. The Armerino wools hopefully get warm soon-ish. I have done this before with wet socks and I do get warmer. Other stuff packed away. I'm going to change the batteries in the camera and then I think we can pack the bag, I think I'll put my waterproof jacket on and I'll not put my waterproof pants on. I think we'll get away with it today. Right, I think the forecast is to start raining at about 9 o'clock, so It's 8 o'clock now. I want to get packed up quick enough. Light's still on. Right, let's get this off. Battery swap, and then we'll see you outside. Oh. Well, at least we've got that, eh? Oh. There's the main path down there, and we're here, kind of hidden from the wind. Right, there's the tent, there's the pitch. Right, before I get too cold, I'm going to get this thing down. I mean, none of the pegs moved, which is good. It was definitely a good idea to move. So here, have a look. We've got a kind of like a stretch patch almost. So I don't know what's caused that, whether my bag was jutting out and the wind blew it, I'm not sure, but anyway, the tent itself has held, and it's yeah, had a lot of camps actually. So right, let's get this down. Oh. Okay, time takedown. 3, 2, 1, go. Time. Right, let's get this in the bag and let's get down. I'm getting a little bit cold. Right, tent in the top, push down a little bit. Poles down the side here. There we go. Right, bag on. Oh. You know, I'm not far from the bench actually. Just see someone there. If I crouch down here, I can't see anything, but as soon as I stand up, so the tent you wouldn't be able to see the tent. Right, quick one. Oh, there we go. That's where the tent was. Here we go. This is always worth a check. All the failures we've been having. Put that in my little pocket there. Right, what we'll do now is we'll go over to the bench and then back down to the original camp place and just double check everything, that I haven't left any pegs there. So we're pretty much contour straight. I mean, I followed this path down there and walked up and down, but the camp spot is like literally a level contour from the bench. The actual top is up there. We're gonna walk this path and then down the front. So glad I put my hat on. It's made a world of a difference. A cold wind today, and yeah, so the wind's changed. It was coming like over from there, and it's come round again. So it's actually coming from the east, which yeah. So Lactrig's quite an exposed fell. You know, there's nothing to hide around really, but I think we definitely took a better choice moving, although it wasn't quite the anniversary camp I wanted. At least we managed to camp. Nice to be on some relatively smooth ground, to be honest. There is the view of Keswick, and you can see why this bench is so popular. There's 2 people coming up, there's a person there. I've seen about 4 people coming up already. So we're going to go down the front here, and we can check out where we camped, or where we tried to camp last night. Right, so just drop down. There's 2 people up at the top there. This level spot here. Wind's dropped already from the top. Okay, this is where we didn't camp. It was a bit further down. So we're just going to drop down to that level. Yeah, just check, see if we had no We haven't left anything. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fairly clear. Yeah, so this is where we were pitched, on this little section here. Okay, so it looks like we've left nothing. My pegs were sort of in there. So I think last time when I camped, I was maybe over here a bit more. But yeah. Okay, so there's a little path here, and then we're going to drop down into the woods. As you can see, there we go. Oh, there's a glove. It's not one of ours, is it? No. It's not an Arc'teryx glove. So we'll leave that glove there just so someone could pick it up like they did with mine into the forest. So this is the viewpoint I was on about last night. This was not a viewpoint a couple of months ago, but now that they've chopped quite a lot down, we've got quite a nice viewpoint. So as you can see, where they've kept certain trees up, you just see a grey squirrel going down there. So as you probably know, there's more grey squirrels than red squirrels, but in Cumbria we do have quite a lot of red squirrels still left. That one was definitely a grey, it was huge. Okay, so we're back onto the forest track, as I would call it, and we're not going to go down the way I went, the steep way. We're going to go the nice easy route along this level path. I think we've had enough failures today, so we're just going to not risk it by going down anywhere steep. Just going to take a nice, easy, hopefully easy way back down. Now it should be easy because it's a well-worn path and there's not really any hard points really, apart from it's muddy, so it might be slippy at some point, but I've got my La Sportiva, what are they now? Something Hurricanes or something like that. I'll put a thing up what they're called, which are really grippy. They're designed for fell running and they've got really good grips on them. So that's why I chose to wear them today, just because the decision was to come up straight up. So I thought I need something nice and grippy. Wasn't going to get too wet. In hindsight, I would have worn my big boots and not camped where I first tried to camp. But hey ho. Again, it wasn't the tent's fault, it was the pitch. I couldn't get half the pegs in. And when I did, they were either really soft and woolly, couldn't get the pegs in at all really. Really rocky. That'd be a lesson, that anniversary camp that I first did. I think I was quite lucky to get away with that one. It wasn't windy by any stretch really. At first I thought it would be. When I first camped there, I thought it was windy, but nothing compared to what we had last night. Just navigating through this muddy patch. So the path's nice and level here, so it's quite a nice gradient, but obviously you've got that steep descent, but there's another path from here, and I think it goes up here somewhere, and it's actually marked on OS. It looks like some people have scrambled there, but it's definitely one side here. And then there's another one that cuts through the woods, which I'll show you in a minute. So it looks like there might be chopping trees down here as well. So this was the path that you went up through. You can just make out the stile through the trees there. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be part of the deforestation, all this evergreen wood, evergreen trees. I think they might be, or they are, they've already started chopping them down, certainly thinning them out. So as you can see, it looks like that they've started on the, is it deforestation? I don't know if they call it that, yeah. But they've already started chopping them down, all these branches here. So I'm just going to be a bit wary, because obviously if they've been chopping trees down, it's windy. Just have to be careful with walking up here. And obviously with all these branches on the floor, we don't want to trip. And with Calamity Andy here, everything seems to break at one time. I still can't believe I didn't get a coffee. It's it was almost like my one last good thing I had. Anyway, this is the main path up Latrig. So when you come around here, quite a lot of people venture that way, but that's actually the main footpath up Latrig. You almost like need a sign. I've seen quite a lot of people go up there, turn around, or even cut through that bit that I was saying before. But yeah, that's the main path there. So don't turn right when you go past here. I think I actually mentioned that on one of my videos of how to get up Latrig. Maybe I should do another one, nice clean short or something. Obviously with all this deforestation going on, things are subject to change. There you go, there's the forestry, Euroforest. So yeah, we're nearing the bottom of Spoony Green Lane now. Yeah, at least we got to the bench and we've got a sort of a view, and it's not raining, which is one good thing. We've got wind, but we've got no rain. Now obviously I think trees like these birches and stuff are probably going to stay. They're all quite small, so this was probably forested not so long ago actually. All these trees here, although there is a sign there. I wonder if that'll just say, as a word of warning that they're going to be doing forestation up there. But there's trees planted, as you can see up there as well. This is what they plan on taking out. Yellow, felling and thinning. Okay, so they might not be taking the whole lot out, but certainly that was a happy chappy. That guy walking up there, he was super happy to be out. We had a good sort of exchange of saying good morning, but yeah, he was happy. So this is the red squirrel I was on about before. These trees are just says red squirrel. So it's actually showing you that Spoony's actually a bridle way. It's got these little hoof marks on it, and it just, quite often, because there's an equestrian centre just up the road at the foot of Latrig called Calvert Trust, and that was set up to provide accessibility for everyone to do rock climbing, horse riding and all sorts. So they're quite often take the horses out up Spoony and even onto the top of Latrig. So you will, especially in summertime, see quite a few horses, or you might see quite a few horses about. And here's some of the horses. And that's it, we're at the bottom of Spoony Green Lane. Could I say that was successful? We had some failures, but yeah, I think on the whole it was quite a successful camp. Managed to actually stay in the fells and have a camp, and it was my 2nd year anniversary. So you can't beat it, can you? Look, I'm out in the fells and doing what I want to do. This has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.